Hello everyone and welcome to this Assetto Corsa video. Bit of an interesting video this because I've not done one before. It's a mod video and you can see in front of you there we have the Seat Leon EuroCup car, the 2014 car, and it's a mod that I'm actually going to recommend. So I'm going to go through some of the aspects of the mod, some strengths of it, some little weaknesses of the mod as well, and perhaps why you might want to use it. So first off, you can see the amount of liveries there are for this mod. The fact that there's that many liveries for this car means that if you were to make a championship around this car, you would actually have a very diverse grid that you could have there. You know, many different cars, many different colours of the car, and it would look very good, as you will see later on in the video on the grid. Next thing I want to say, and the strength of this mod really, is the detail of the car. So you can see there at the front it's got the air vent, it's got very detailed front headlights, and then even in the interior they've really put a lot of effort into this. So you can see the roll cage there, the steering dash looks very good, the steering wheel, you see the belts, the roll cage, all looks amazing, the lights look really good. So it's really well done. So this mod was uploaded by Tommy78. He's obviously had some help as well along the way. I'll put a link in the description to download this mod, but let's have a look at this mod more in action as we go to the track. So this is my going to be my fastest lap on the Nürburgring sprint track, if I can speak. But basically what I did is I downloaded it initially in December. I've come back to Assetto Corsa recently and had a really good go again, and I really do like this mod. And the first thing I'm going to look at is pushing the car and pushing it to its limits. So it's front wheel drive, so I expect a lot of understeer, and straight away you can see here I'm overturning the car to just try and get it off there, and then suddenly coming to the braking zone, weight transfer, got oversteer. And you will have also noticed there that as the car damage thing came on, it told me my left rear brake locked, and that's the reason for that is because all the weight was on the front right, so the wheel was actually off the ground and it locked. So the fact that it did that, and it'll do it again here for the right rear this time, is really good. I really love that sort of thing because it means I'm going to have to modulate my braking so much more. I have to really push where I brake, where I don't brake. Do I brake in a straight line in some places? Do I come off and trail brake a little bit to try and get more braking? It really allows you to think about the car and try and like perfect your lap. So I only did a few laps. I did about 12 to 15 laps, and this was the fastest. So there is a lot more time there. But the fact that I can then do that with the brakes is really good. Of course, I mentioned about the understeer. There is understeer in there. But it also, with this car, it's actually quite easy to control. So you did see there that I had a bit of oversteer. I caught it. I'm getting wheels lock up. But I'm still controlling the car, and I've had understeer, and I've controlled that. So this lap was a 1:39.2. But the lap before this didn't go quite to plan. Now, I was actually not looking at the screen at the time, and then this is what happened. So I was coming up to the first corner, and I wasn't looking at the screen, overshot my braking, and suddenly I lost the car. And then I do what you do in any front wheel drive car, full throttle, turn into it, let the car get itself back, and then accelerate out. So you see there, it was easy to control. That's what I mean about this mod, very easy to control, but it's really hard to push fast. So there's the grid. There's my initial start of this race. I went and did a race. I did a few races actually, but this is quite an enjoyable one at the Nürburgring. It's just a sprint track, and it looks really nice, you know, with all the cars going round and all the different liveries. As I mentioned before, really good for a championship. Now, if you're not a skilled driver, this is probably the sort of car you want to look at, or a championship you want to look for, because it's very easy to go fast quite quickly, but very hard to go very fast, if that makes sense. And you'll find that in a lot of front wheel drive cars because they're quite easy to drive, but they're very hard to push far. So, you know, if you're looking for a championship which is going to be very close, this is the sort of thing, sort of car or mod that you should really look for, which is why I'm sort of recommending it really. So what I'm going to look at now is actually the damage aspect of this. I do have already a slight damage window there. But we're going to come into the chicane now. I'm going to dive bomb this car, and I initially touch it there, but then as I come round I'm getting a slight touch and I'm actually forced round. It actually spins me around there. You can see the damage on the window, and that's good as well. The fact that there's damage in this mod, you know, you would get mods sometimes which don't show the damage properly. this is done really well, and you get a bit of exhaust flame there. The exhaust flame's a bit too much, to be honest, I think. But nonetheless, it still looks good. As you can see here, we've got trainer cars. Once again, I mentioned about how good it looks. Look how good that looks. All different liveries, all different cars coming in. Now, you may have heard there, but I was talking over it a little bit, the brake squeal. Now, that's a bit of a bad aspect of the mod. You can turn it down, but the brake squeal is a little bit too loud. It doesn't put me off, but it might put some of you off if you're using the mod. There, you got a little bit of it there. I tried to be quiet then for it to appear. But generally speaking, if you're after a mod like this, and the link is in the description to download it, it's very easy to install. But essentially, if you're after a front-wheel drive car, or a car that would be very good to use in a championship or anything in that nature, then I would recommend this mod highly. So this is the Seat Leon EuroCup 2014 car. That's on the screen now. I'm racing the AI, but you know, using this online would be absolutely awesome versus everybody else, because as I said before, it's very hard to go very fast, but it'd be quite easy to go fast. So the competition and the races would be very close. So I hope you enjoyed that first video. Leave a comment of anything you want me to show in the future, or any mod you want to recommend. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.